I got fired today, so I'm gonna play some Dynasty Warriors. As a hell of a way to start the video, right? But see, I was gonna write a script and read it out and give this video some structure, but I think I'd rather just kind of put my raw feelings out there with some gameplay in the back to spice things up. I don't really know what I'm gonna do now. Um, I I felt really scared when I got the phone call, but now I'm kind of in a neutral state. Um, it's just I really didn't think my life would be like this when I was younger, and I have mixed feelings on that. I'm sorry if there's any long pauses. Um, like I said, I'm doing this without a script, so this is just coming to me as I think about it, but when I say that I didn't think my life would be like this, is I kind of grew up with romanticized expectations of how life would go, which is ironic considering what my background was like and where I came from. But I kind of had this always idealistic outlook on life that say I'd I don't know. I'm 20 now, and I guess like back when I was in elementary school, I thought by now I would have made it. Like I would have had my life all figured out. I'd be doing good for myself, like secure job, good income, just having a good time. But that's not really how life went. And like I don't know. I I want to say it's my fault. I mean, obviously it is my fault, but I I just don't know how to feel because like I guess life just wasn't what I wanted it to be, and now I'm at the point where I don't know what I'm gonna do. This was the only job I had been able to find after 4 years of looking. This was the only thing I ever found. And it's over now. And I got fired for the stupidest reason. It's because of attendance. Like I have nobody to be mad at but myself. That's really it really sucks, honestly, because I know it's my fault, but like there's no going back and just changing it. I can't reload the latest save and just say, "Oh, I screwed up. Let me make a different choice." No, it's over. Nobody knows yet, and I'd rather keep it that way for as long as possible because to truth be told, I'm humiliated that it even happened. I shouldn't have let it happen, but I did, you know? And I just have mixed feelings on it because on one hand, it's nice knowing I'll have free time again. Because truth be told, like that that job was good, but it had no set schedule, so I could get in there and I could work like 16 hours in any given day. And there's just no structure to it. But you know, with all the time in the world, it doesn't matter if I don't have money. Like, I don't know. I have grown to disagree with the idea that money doesn't buy happiness. I agree with the core principle. There's no amount of money that will make you happy, but you need money, like, to do things that will make you happy, you know? And I've been very stressed out the last, like, month or so. No, not even a month. It's been going on for a couple of months now because I've been kind of just raw dogging life on my own without much help from anybody. I I moved I moved away from my family earlier this year because I wanted to I don't know, try again at life, and it just didn't work out. And now I'm here in the middle of winter. Funny I say winter and it's March, but that's just the reality of where I live. It still is winter. And I'm now jobless, have a car payment coming up next month, no money in my bank account, and my last two checks are going to be worth like 2 grand in total. So if I don't find a job in the next month, I'm kind of screwed. And I guess you could look at it idealistically and be like, oh, no problem, it's just finding a job. But I don't know. In my experience, it's never that easy. Like, my life has felt like a constant upward battle ever since I got into high school. Because, like, a lot of things happened in high school that kind of messed with my life permanently. And I don't really feel like diving into those, but for a very quick summary of a long story, um, I dropped out of high school for a while because I was suicidal. And if I could go back in time, I would have changed that. I would have never dropped out of high school and I would have figured out a way to tough it out. But I didn't. That's the reality of things. And I don't know. I I feel like I'm 20 years old, but I've just wasted my life, really. And it's painful to think about that every day because, and even with getting fired here, it feels like I keep on trying and I keep on trying, but my life just never works out how I want it to. And at the end of the day, you can't do anything about that. There's just some things that are out of your control, but it's kind of funny. I'd been telling myself for a long time that I wouldn't care if I got fired from this place because, truth be told, I hated working there. I really hated well, hate is a strong word. I don't believe in hate. I didn't like working there. I didn't like my coworkers because I tried for a very long time to become friends with them and they kind of rejected me. And that is what it is. So I'd been telling myself for a long time now that I wouldn't care if I got fired, that it'd be more of a blessing than anything. But then I got the phone call today, and now I'm really freaking scared because, like, I I have things to lose now, and I'm all alone doing this too, which is the worst part. Like, I don't know. I guess that's just it. I just don't know. Like, life is unpredictable and you can't do anything about that. The only thing certain in life is that we all will die one day. I really want to change my life, but it feels like no matter what I do, it just doesn't work. Which I guess maybe that's a naive way of looking at things, or maybe I was never trying hard enough, but I don't know. I I keep on trying and I keep on trying, but nothing works out, and then it feels like I'm back to square one. Like, I feel like ever since I got out of high school, I've been just trying and trying and trying to make something of myself, but nothing about me has actually changed. Like, and I think about this a lot, especially when I first got here and told myself I was going to change. And it's like, what have I really done in the last 4 years? Like, the only thing I have of my own is a PlayStation 5. Like, I have nothing to my name. I have no I had no aspirations because I have aspirations now. I want to be a bodybuilder. But even that's like I I will work on that my entire life, but there's no guarantee that that'll become a career for me, no matter how much I want it to be. And that's just the reality of things. I feel like you can try your hardest and you can give everything day in and day out and just get nothing back. And that's really, really painful. Like, I don't know if I just went into being an adult expecting too much or having, like, I guess what it is that I had no realistic expectations of how the world operated. Because my entire life I lived with this romanticized idea of what being an adult was. And like I said earlier, it's ironic that I thought that way because of how my past really was. Like, I went through a lot of stuff growing up that most kids don't, but I never saw it that way. Like, I always just saw it as the adults around me are doing what adults do, and one day I'll be doing what those adults do. But I mean, it's a good thing I'm not doing what they do, but even now, uh, I'm 20 years old and it feels like I'm not doing anything with my freaking life. I think about this a lot, and I even say it to some people. It's the question that if you died tomorrow, could you really be content with how you lived? And as things stand, I I would not be content with my life if I died tomorrow. Which maybe that's how everyone feels, but I don't think it is. I I want to live a life that by the end of things I can look back and say, yeah, that was a good life. But I'm really struggling to get there, you know? Because it just feels like no matter how far I might go forward, I inevitably end up going backwards further. Like, coming here, I really thought it was going to change my life. And I've been here a year and nothing has actually changed. I I don't know. I feel so limited in this world because there's so many things I want to do. Like, I want to study philosophy. I want to study psychology. I want to study sports medicine, exercise science. Like, I want to be a bodybuilder. And it's like no matter how much I give into these aspirations, I can't actually do anything with it. Like, I go to the gym every day. I've been going to the gym every day for months now. I started in October, if I recall. That's when I really locked in and started going and dialing in on my nutrition too. And nothing has actually changed. You know, like that's the thing with fitness. You can't really speed run the results unless you take steroids, but I don't believe in steroids. I think gear is really horrible. Like even past the medical or I guess the physical side effects, I just think being on gear is a bad standard to set for people because you give them a it's like when people are constantly shown unrealistic physiques to reach naturally, it ends up at some point becoming what is accepted as the norm. So all these people will start chasing impossible physiques thinking it's like attainable when it's not. I had to stop myself from going on a tangent there because, I mean, my ideas on bodybuilding are irrelevant to this video. Well, I mean, this video has no structure in the first place. I just decided to open Audacity. I just fired earlier today, and I'm letting my thoughts just roam free. I'm probably just gonna slap this on gameplay, not even edit it, and just upload it to see what happens. But I don't know. I'm like, I don't want to live a life that's full of, but I feel like that's what's gonna be made out of my life when I look back on it. Cause like, take for today, me getting fired, regret. Me dropping out of high school, that's a regret. Me not going into college immediately after I finished secondary school, that's also a regret. And it's crazy to think that I have all these regrets and I'm only 20 years old. Like, what's it gonna be like when I'm 30? Is my life gonna be any different? Am I gonna like look back on myself 10 years from now and be like, wow, I'm really glad I figured things out? Or am I gonna be in an even worse place? Like, am I gonna be even worse off than I am now? Like, I don't know. And it sucks too when you go on like social media. Like, I ended up having to delete all my socials. I deleted Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat. All I use is YouTube because that's mainly for just my personal entertainment. But it's like, even on YouTube, I look at all these people living my freaking dream life, and I can try to imitate what those people do to have reached their success, but it just doesn't work for me. And I don't know. I really wish I'd gotten a more realistic look, or like, I really wish that I'd been explained properly how the world is, instead of being fed this naive bullshit my entire life. Because it just gave me stupid, unrealistic expectations. And, you know, I, I'm not free of blame either, because had I made choices like not dropping out of high school, like going to college, then my life would undoubtedly be different right now. I, I, I think the main reason I'm so kind of, I guess the reason I'm in so much mental pain right now is because I don't have any connections outside of my family. For the last, oh God, how long? I guess, yeah, it'd be the last 7 years. I've been kind of isolated. I mean, that's not to say I haven't made any friends. Like, I've dated 2 people. I've had a couple friends from work, but I've had no real sense of community for the last 7 years, and I guess that is most likely why I'm so bad off mentally right now. But I also don't know. Like, would it be any different if I had a bunch of friends right now and I told them I got fired? Would I feel any better about the fact that I got fired? Would I feel any better about the fact that my life is, like, realistically fucked if I don't make something happen in the next month? Probably not. Like, what am I gonna do, bro? It's too expensive. Like, my only option now, if I can't find a job, is going back home, which is 2,000 miles away, and the trip alone would take the entire sum of my last two checks from this job. So then you factor in the car payment, and I don't even have enough money to make it home. Like, I'm just, like, fucked, really. And it sucks because, you know, I was so close to the finish line. Once, in the like 5 months from now, after my birthday, I would have left this place and I would have gone back home, and I had that all kind of road mapped, but I I also didn't expect to get fucking fired either, so shit happens. I guess this ended up being more of a rant than anything, and I don't know if this is really gonna reach anybody, but if you watched all the way through, thanks for watching, and maybe it'll bring you some comfort knowing that you're not the only one going through shit in life. I mean, it's never brought me comfort, but maybe it'll bring you some comfort. I'm really scared about what I'm gonna do, but I I guess I'll either find a way or I'll end up dead. So yeah, I guess that's all you can do now is either find a way or don't find a way. But yeah, that's it for me. Uh, yeah, I love you all, and bye.